But no, I taught improv. I love improv. I never got a chance to, but I always wanted to date like an improv, like female, like improv performer. I thought that would be cool because like you could be like, hey, you know, just a tip, and without thinking, you should be like, yes, I am. Improv joke. Okay, so I told I didn't get a big like response last week, and that was fine. I wasn't really expecting one. I was thinking about why did I not? And I asked myself, how come that was so quiet? And then myself was like, well, you didn't tell any fucking jokes. You like did 5 minutes on how you shave your balls with a rusty razor. It's just like, it's funny right at the end, but you know, the rest of the time it's kind of a slow, painful build-up. So I wrote just like a bunch of jokes for this week. My cousin told me, you can tell how hydrated you are by the consistency of your urine. A week later, she told me you only have to look at it. When I have to take a deuce in a public park, it always seems to really upset people, and I'm not sure why, because I always bag it up immediately. It's true. No, actually, I told that to a friend on Facebook. She said, you know, we just went by a park in Ian. My son told me that he saw a guy pooping into a bucket. I said, well, shit, I changed my methodology. It still bugs people. Oh, all right, done with that page. Cool. Waiting in line for a bank of porta potties is like some kind of twisted lottery. I was doing this at the Saturday market in Portland. You're standing there and you're like, you know you're going to win. You're going to get to relieve yourself. It will happen. You will win this lottery. So that's one way it's kind of a lottery, but it's not. The other thing is while you're sitting there, you're like at the front of the line, you're looking desperately at who's going to come out of the porta potty that you will have to use next. If the wrong person comes out of that porta potty, you may lose, and you may lose horribly. Fucked up lottery, see? Shirley Jackson style. Shirley Jackson should have wrote that lottery, so it would have been a lot. It would appeal to a lot more kids these days. So I used to teach English. That's funny to me. That dovetails flawlessly into my Anne Frank tribute joke.
Dear Sayori, I believe that deep down there is some poop in everyone.
There you go. Poop and Holocaust joke. But yeah, you know what's funny about genocide? You know, the funniest thing about genocide, you know what that is? No? I wish somebody knew, because I've been trying to write jokes about genocide, and it's really fucking hard. Yeah, alright. Pop culture jokes. Marky Mark. You guys, you know, I think it was by some other name now. I don't know, he fucking runs away from robots or something. He'll always be Marky Mark to me. He missed out on an amazing cross-promotional opportunity with Sharpie. Hey, just, you think you won't be able to sell Marky Mark's frickin' markers to 13-year-old girls and they can kind of hold on to that thing and just like draw little hearts over their eyes? Yeah, that's absolutely. That's a million seller right there. A million somethings. I will never accept Drew Carey as the host of The Price is Right. I like my game show host Sun Stribble and Rapey. Speaking of which, I think the world needs a new Fatty Arbuckle, which is not a joke, but it's something that should make you go to your smartphone and look up Fatty Arbuckle. Have fun with that. Oh yeah, why was there never a Harrison Ford Chevy Chase vehicle? That's a twofer. It's an American automaker conspiracy is what it is. Tommy Lasorda said that he bled Dodger blue. Tommy Lasorda's blood had dangerously low levels of oxygen. Really now that he's dead. Tommy Lasorda. Alright, hey, one more blood joke from the 90s that isn't about Magic Johnson. You don't have time to bleed, Governor Ventura, but you do have time to go out and buy more feather boas. How about you make time to bleed, okay? Sincerely, Minnesota. The guy who came up with the Oregon State nickname knew exactly what he was doing. Bed sheets are curtains that don't belong to stoners yet. Just absolutely true. Some people say life is about happiness or family. I say life is about 120 calories per serving. I say that because I looked it up on Wikipedia. As a parent who takes kids to the park, I have found out there is an art to waving and smiling at another family. There are apparently many ways to fuck that up. I'll do this one. This one right here. It's non-threatening, but it won't get you the kind of attention you want. Okay, real quick, I had to do this one. Leaves do, but they come back in the spring. So I'm just going to dwell on that for a little while. I kind of like to snuggle in the imagery of it. Flies do. I got variations. Flies do, but they land. But my personal favorite is motherfuckers do. Sometimes I wish a motherfucker would. And finally, I'll just leave you with I lived with my grandfather growing up, and he used to come and tuck me in at night, and he used to say to me, "Boyo, make sure you tell your mother every day. Tell her every fucking day that you love her. Because you never know. You never know, Nathan. Tomorrow might be the day that I take you to the mall and leave you in the car with the fucking windows rolled up." Good night now, sweet dreams. Thank you.
Nathan Fleming, everybody! I just gave him that, like,